champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. Lynx is a conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever. There's never been anybody like me. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me.
It's Teofimo Lopez, 11-0, 9 KOs. The best to do it right now in the game is to take over. Shout out to BNboxingNews.
Hey, Lewis Jr., I've been welterweight champion of the world. Everybody go follow BNboxingNews.
Greetings, boxing fans. This is Nick with BNboxingNews coming at you like I always do. Yes, yesterday was full of fights, but I only got the opportunity to catch several of them. Okay, due to my lifestyle. But one of the major ones that I did watch is Miguel Berchelt versus Jeremiah Nakathila. Whew. Man, to come forward, let your hands go, throwing thousands of punches. Miguel Berchelt was not that guy last night. He was not himself. He was coming to do a job that he could not close the deal on. And I'm gonna say it like this: Nakathila was the underdog that made new fans last night because he did what many thought that he couldn't do. After being off 13 months, Berchelt finally returned to the ring versus Nakathila. And I'm gonna say it like this: he was very much so gun shy. He would not let his hands go. And a couple of times during the fight that he did let his hands go, you could see where it made a big difference. He was not that come forward, let your hands go guy. Instead, he took the position of just focusing on defense. And it could have been because of that knockout that he suffered 13 months ago. Very much well could have been because of that, because last night he just didn't look like himself. Everything to him was to, try to avoid the punches. And he just couldn't get away from that right hand last night. He couldn't get away from the right hand. Nakathila had no respect for him last night. He was just coming straight to him, throwing all type of wild punches. Landing at will. He was just landing at will last night. And as you can see, it didn't end up well for him. What's going on with you? Bruce, Gas, and Jazz and more in the building. What's going on, my brother? What's going on, man? I just say, you know what? Let me get on here right quick and talk about that fight, man. Last night, man. I know a lot of people saying that Berchelt is done with. He looked kind of shaky last night, man. He was on shaky legs since the earlier rounds. I don't know, man. I don't know. It could have been because of the way he was coached. If you're coached, let's say you're used to doing something a certain way, and all of a sudden someone later in your life tell you, hey, don't do it this way no more, do it this way. That can make the simplest thing very hard for you to do. And I think that's what he suffered with last night. Due to him not always having that big question mark on his defense, I think his new coach told him pretty much focus on defense, right? Where he didn't produce any offense, right? We all saw that he didn't produce any offense. I think his key thing was focus on defense, but his defense still was missing. It was still lousy as fuck. Shit. Dude did not let his hands go, man. He tried to let his hands go in the fifth and had some success. But Nakathila, like I said, always came back. And I mean, he took a lot of shots. Berchelt took a lot of shots, took a lot of punishment. He kept on, and I'm gonna tell you something, and it was the key component to the fight. He kept, I'm gonna tell you like this: Nakathila kept coming forward. All Berchelt had to do was come forward and fight fire with fire, and that would have changed the entire fight. Period. The few times that he did do that, you could see where Nakathila was just confused, and he just couldn't. He wouldn't be able to deal with it. Berchelt just had to change into the old him, and I promise you, and just come forward and just let his hands go. And don't worry about that knockout. Don't worry about that knockout. He was so focused on being knocked out that it just came to him. What's going on, Moonshot? XRP in the building. Yeah. I mean, he was just so focused on being knocked out that it came to him. He got what he was looking for. I mean, I would have never just, oh, God. His thing was to come forward, let his hands go. And I think it would have been a different fight altogether. You know, Nakathila can't fight on his back foot. There's a lot of things that was being shown, and I was looking at right there on the spot saying, damn, dude, just come forward, just press him. Just press him. But instead, I think that he took so much punishment in the earlier rounds. Nakathila just broke his ass down. And as you can see, man, he was on wobbly legs very early. He had took too much punishment by the time they got to the 5th round, man. And then the 6th round, Nakathila really went off. Once Nakathila went off in the 6th round, his corner, the referee, everyone saw too much. Even I saw too much. I was like, man, they need to stop this shit. They don't stop this shit, this dude gonna get knocked out again. Because, I mean, I don't know what round it was. Berchelt threw a shot, and he missed, and he almost fell. He just, I don't know, for some reason, he just reminded me of a wounded fighter because he just couldn't stand his grounds. He just couldn't do nothing right last night, man. And I know we all focused on that devastating knockout that he suffered last year, but he's not the only one that suffered a devastating knockout and was able to just come back and do what they do. You know, if it was that, he's going to have to just sit it out because, you know, boxing could be dangerous for him going forward. You know, yes, focus on defense, man, but what about your offense? His offense was completely forgotten about last night. Completely. The dude didn't do nothing. He didn't let his fucking hands go. And that's all I wanted to see was him let his hands go. I want to see fire with fire. I want to see Nakathila handle his power. We all saw what was going on with before us when Nakathila was throwing his punches. I want to see what Nakathila was going to do once you start throwing yours. And we got to see little glimpse of that, but we didn't get to see the real deal. You know, we didn't get to see the real deal, man. But boxing yesterday was all day. They had some zone fights. Saw Ebony Bridges fight last night. I mean, fuck. Man, that woman is so beautiful. But after her fights, man, she's the ugliest motherfucker alive. Dude, one of her eyes, dude, was completely shut. I mean, them two women just stood in the middle of the ring and they were just throwing, bro. There was just a fucking phone booth fight, bro. Shit. They gonna both be dumb as a bag of rocks, bro. I mean, no fucking defense, just letting hands go. And at the end of the day, whoever we say win. That's the fuck I saw yesterday with that particular fight. You know. But back to this Miguel Berchelt. I mean, I don't know what's next for Miguel Berchelt. He definitely got to take a light touch if he decides to come back. He needs to take a light touch because them dudes in the 135 division, I mean, they got a lot of killers in that particular division now. They got a lot of killers in that particular division. And he can't come in there being gun shy and not want to let your hand go. You gotta let your hands go. You gotta focus on defense. That's just what it is. That's the art of boxing. You know what I'm saying? To hit but not get hit. I don't know if this new coach that he have is for him. He should have stayed with his previous coach. The issue wasn't really with his previous coach. He could have kept doing what he was doing. I mean, just letting his hands go, but just focus on a little bit of defense. He just needed some adjustments, not to overhaul his whole fucking boxing, arsenal. It looked like he had a complete fucking overhaul, and that overhaul didn't work for him, bro. You can't redo every fucking thing very late in your life. It's just like trying to change everything you've been doing. It ain't gonna work for you, bro. It's gonna work for you in spots, you know what I'm saying, like in the beginning of the fight. But as shit go on, you turn back to yourself. Well, he turned back to his non-defensive self, but he definitely did not turn back to his offensive self. Because, again, in spots, you know what I'm saying? But the shit was kind of upsetting to me to see him just get beat up. I want to see a fight. I like to see when boxers box each other. That one-sided shit is just, I don't know. It's almost like he just laid it down and just like, look, dude, I'm here. Do what you gotta do. Lay hands on me. I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna even fight you back. Cause that's what the fuck I saw last night, dog. I just seen a dude out there just allowing himself to get beat up. And that was not fun to watch. I don't give a damn who it was. I don't like to see boxers just being out there getting their ass whooped. I definitely like to see a fight. You know what I'm saying? I like to see these motherfuckers fight each other. I mean, just straight jabs, straight down the fucking pipe, overhand rights, chopping rights. Fucking that right hand was a vicious fucking hand last year. And all Berchelt had to do was get inside, dude. Smother that motherfucker, smother freaking Nakathila's punches. Get in the inside, smother his punches. Didn't do any of that. The dude fought you from the outside, and he just beat your ass from the outside. He just beat him from the outside, bro. That shit was crazy. It's like, where's your ring IQ? Where's your fucking ring IQ? You gotta have that. I take my hat off for everybody who gets in the ring, but you gotta show me something. You just can't go in the ring and get your ass whooped, and then we supposed to, take our hats off to you for getting your ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? Go out there, show us what you got, fight back. I mean, he was just there in the center of the ring, allowing this guy just to throw shots at will, and after Nakathila felt his power, shit. You could say the fight was over then because Nakathila was just coming and fighting his will. Matter of fact, I think it was the third round. I think it was. Nakathila just threw out a lazy ass left jab and dropped Berchelt. A lazy ass left jab. If you look at that left jab, he had no pop in that motherfucker, bro. And that dude just fell. He had no pop in that shit. And Berchelt just fell out. You know what I'm saying? And that made it a 10-8 round right there in the third. But like I said, man, I enjoyed boxing yesterday, man. We need those days where that shit, but I just got a problem with them having boxing at the same time. Like different networks having boxing at the same time. Bad enough you motherfuckers don't hardly give us boxing, but when y'all do, all y'all want to give us boxing on the same day, same time. That's some bullshit. I seen Tim Zook beat Gaucher motherfucking ass like we knew was gonna happen. We knew that shit was gonna happen, so I ain't surprised about it. And it was just a breath of fresh air to see this shit and to get boxing yesterday, man. I just couldn't watch all of the motherfucking fights, bro. You got to get up early in the morning and go back and watch fights that you that you didn't get to catch yesterday. And that's pretty much what I'm doing right now, man. Well, before I got on here anyway. Just, hey, I caught this one, but I didn't catch this one. So I'm just going back and watching shit. And if, any other fights I feel that is very interesting or was good bout, shit, I'll come back on this motherfucker and we'll talk about it. But I did see some good fucking scraps yesterday, man. I did see some good scraps. And look at this shit. And that's the thing about boxing, man. These dudes got to take their craft serious. All this fucking off time, 13 months fucking off, bro. And you came back looking like that. So my whole deal is this, Berchelt, you took 13 months off before you came back. What you're gonna do now? Because they're gonna have a lot of guys that's gonna want to fight Berchelt now, just to get that name on their resume. Just to get that Berchelt name on their resume. There's gonna be a lot of guys. Not saying all of them are gonna make it through, but a lot of dudes are gonna come through and try to catch him on his downside of his career. Because as of last night, it looked like it was Berchelt's downside of his career. So they're gonna have a lot of dudes come out saying, shit, let me get that Berchelt name on my resume right quick. Because once you see, Miguel Berchelt on your resume, shit, that's a hell of a fucking contender, dude. So the motherfuckers are gonna all come at him now. So he needs to make up his mind on what he's gonna do, how he's gonna fight these guys, and go in there and take care of business. Because right now, it don't look good for him, bro. I don't like to see a man get in the middle of the ring and get his ass kicked like that. And that's exactly what he did. It looked like he just allowed Nakathila to just come forward and just pounce on him all night. Not saying that Nakathila, and if you look at that, Nakathila fought Shakur Stevenson. And Shakur Stevenson had a masterclass shot on his ass. Like, just boxed the shit out of him. Boxed the shit out of him. And not allow Nakathila to land those heavy punches on him. Berchelt could have just watched that shit and realize, all right, this motherfucker got a lot of power. What can I do? First of all, not let him, box me on the outside, but to find my way, find my range, find my distance, and come on in there, motherfucker, and then put some work on him. Let my hands go on the inside. That's all you had to do. Smother that motherfucker's punches, come on the inside and do some heavy-duty work on him. Break his ass down. But neither here or there. I mean, he just didn't do any of that shit. He just allowed Nakathila to free willy just lay out on him. Just fucking catch him with that right all night. I mean, that fucking right. Fucking right, boy. Woo. And I ain't never look at it, but as a type of boxer that just allowed this type of shit. But I don't know what his corner was telling him. It could have been his corner telling him, look, take your time, look, don't worry about it. Just focus on defense. We don't know what the fuck his corner was telling him, but somebody had to been telling him something. Because that shit just looked like, it just didn't look good. And him just not being on fucking steady legs, that shit didn't work out well. Him not being on fucking steady legs. He wasn't on steady legs early though. Very early in the fight. The motherfucker was just wobbling and shaking and not being himself. Shit. But like I said, man, I'm hoping that he'll be back. He was a hell of a contender. I don't want to see him go out like that. I don't want to see him go out like that. I want him to go back to the gym, brush himself off, and try again. Come back and do what you do, man. I mean, you was one of those fighters, bro. Whenever I heard you was fighting, Berchelt was fighting, man, I used to always go check him out because I already knew what he's gonna do to you. But that even last year, 13 months ago, when he's getting ready to fight Oscar Valdez, he was supposed to be the one to win that fight. But he let Oscar Valdez catch his ass with his head in the line of fire. And boom, that was a fucking wrap, you know. And he got to learn to just move your fucking head, move your head. You know, use that bobblehead shit, move your fucking head out of the line of fire and let your hands go. In boxing, you're going to get hit. You're going to get hit, so you just can't keep that in the back of your mind. What Oscar Valdez did to you, get rid of that shit. Get that shit out of your mind, because if Berchelt cannot get that shit out of his mind, there's no sense for him boxing anymore, because he's going to be on an onslaught every fucking time. What's popping with G5 Game in the building? Yes, sir. He says top of the AM, BNboxing. Yes, it is. I said, let me get up in here, talk a little bit, man, and then head my black ass on to work, bro. Yeah, I'm one of them that got a 9 to 5, bro. Shit. I got a fucking 9 to 5. I got to get there. Yeah, but I normally, man, just try to slide in. I ain't really see nobody on, so I said, shit, let me slide in. Talk about that Berchelt Nakathila fight. I was expecting Berchelt to just let his hands go, get loose, and just destroy Nakathila. But it didn't happen that way, dude. It did not happen that way. It actually was the opposite. Fucking Nakathila just let his fucking shit go. He let his arsenal go in round one. He broke down fucking Berchelt. He broke him down and ate that motherfucker for lunch, looked like. But I mean, it's cool. We're gonna see. Hopefully, Berchelt is able to get, to fix himself up and get the training and get some psych help. Because usually it's some psyche shit that's in the back of your mind. If you was a person that throws, hundreds of punches during the fucking round or whatever, and all of a sudden throwing fucking 13, yeah, you got some kind of psych shit going on that you gotta get fixed. Have somebody talk to you, some type of psychiatrist or something. Or your fucking coach is a piece of shit. Somebody was supposed to tell him what he had to do. And definitely not just be one to stand in the middle of the fucking ring and allow somebody to just throw their fucking hands and just land on you at will. That's the type of shit I don't like to see. I like a motherfucker who's gonna come out there and do what he's supposed to do. And that is definitely what we did not see yesterday. We did not see that shit yesterday. Toe to toe with this motherfucker. All you gotta do, bro, come forward. Make this motherfucker do what he can't do. Make him fight on his back foot. Put pressure on him. A lot of fighters can't fight under pressure. You know what I'm saying? Put some pressure on him. Come forward and just let your hands go. We didn't get that yesterday. And therefore, we got exactly what we got. We got a motherfucker who used to be a top competitor fall. We saw him fall to grace last night, sitting on a fucking stool, looking pitiful. It was a sad moment, bro, for him and his fans. Motherfucker got TKO'd on his stool at the end of the 6th round because he took such a beating. The fight was stopped between rounds. They were like, nah, dude, we can't see you going to the 7th round and take more punishment. This could really end you. Right now, you still have a chance to getting back in there and being a champion one day. But if we continue to let you go out there and fight Nakathila and take more punishment, we may never get to see you fight again. So I think it was a great stoppage because he wasn't himself at all. I say he wasn't himself at all. I don't know what the fuck. He might say somebody put something in his water. Uh-oh. Y'all know what that is. Well, with that being said, this is Nick with BNboxingNews. And I got to get on out of here, man. Y'all know what I got to do. I got to go meet the man and see the man and do what the man want me to do. And thank y'all for coming in today. Thank y'all for supporting me. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment at the bottom. And I appreciate everybody who tuned in today. Thank y'all for supporting me, man. Thank y'all for coming and checking me out. And I'm out here. Peace. Peace, and we out of here.